72 countries agree, more or less, to send all the Vietnamese back home, okay? So if I find any country, it must be outside of this 72 country pact, because they cannot violate the agreement that they have signed together.
Is that
Even
a matter
Canada.
of public record, the 72 countries?
What?
Is that a matter of public record, who those 72 countries are?
Oh, sure, you can ask the United Nations.
Okay.
So I have to find outside of that. And you know the world has only 100-something countries, okay? Some of them are so underdeveloped, no electricity, no water, no roads. And then some are communists, which they don't want to come in. And some are in war. That, of course, you cannot bring them there. And some are under dictatorship, even not communist. They don't say communist, but dictatorship. And they also don't want to come in. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult for me. Canada is the most compassionate country. And mostly they sometimes even want to take in the Vietnamese refugees, but they dare not violate against the agreement because they work together. That will affect their economy, their political future, their relationship with other nations, and their protection from other countries, etc., etc. It's also difficult for the nations. I understand their position. But who understands my heart when it breaks and bleeds for the poor refugees? And who understands the refugees who are there with no one to talk to, nowhere to turn to, and fear persecution when returning to Vietnam? So I understand everybody, but that doesn't help me. Or that doesn't help the refugees. Yes, madam?
I've repatriated from the developed country here in
You are repatriated?
to Africa.
Why?
I'm born in New Jersey. And I've lived in New York City most of my adult life. I'm also an artist.
Yes.
And I was living a very comfortable lifestyle.
Yes.
But because of the spiritual path, being
Yes.
vegetarian and wanting to live with spiritual people,
Yes.
I repatriated to Uganda.
You mean you went back home voluntarily?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not repatriation. I'm scared of that word.
That's not where I was born, though. I wasn't born there.
I know,
Well,
yes.
maybe my ancestors are from Africa.
Yes, but you can
And,
bear it because of your strong spirit, right? But not bear it.
But I'm still alive, and
Yeah.
it's a place with no electricity and no running water yet, but it's rich in natural resources like agriculture and
Understand.
things.
Yes, yes.
And we're trying to build a city there, vegetarian city for the peaceful dweller.
Yes.
With all the
Difficult to build without electricity.
Yeah, but we have
Yes.
to get it. We have to start someplace. Just like I lived in New York,
Yes.
and it didn't always have electricity.
So you started
place
now?
here.
You started
Yeah.
now?
It's
Good for you.
Since 1975.
Oh, 20 years. Nearly 20 years now. Ah.
And there's a basic infrastructure there.
Yes.
In regards to the Vietnamese refugees, I don't know whether most of them are your disciples or not.
No. If they are my disciple, easy. They go live anywhere. No electric, no water, no problem. I take care of them. But if I bring ordinary people to this place, they will blame me for the rest of their lives. Yes. They're not my disciples. And I don't intend to help them just because they will become my disciples. Even I don't have my disciples alone. Otherwise, I could take a handful of disciples out a long time ago. But I don't. I say I'll help everybody regardless. That's why it takes so long. If I help my disciples, I take them out a long time ago. I have already taken them out. But I don't. I don't want to have my disciples alone. They already have enough spiritual richness inside. Wherever they stay, they'll be okay. I believe that. So even one time, sometimes we contact the lawyer outside. They work for the refugees. And I finance the process, sometimes because they protest. You see, the screening is not fair. They are political refugees, but they don't screen them as such. And also they have relatives in other places. And they want to reunite, but they screen them out. That means they're not refugees. They're going to return to Vietnam. And the lawyer sometimes contacts me and asks me for financial help. If I sponsor that, they will, fight in the courts for them. I sponsor them. And he say, okay, later, if we succeed, we can pick another case and argue in the court for them. And which disciple would you like to go out first? I say, all of them inside, I would like them to go out first. But pick whomever you think yourself. Don't ask me to give the name of my disciples. I don't want to do it that way. If you don't believe me, you write to the Hong Kong lawyer. His name is Michael Darwin. Yes, ask him whether I told you the truth today. You write to him. He's very famous in Hong Kong. If you want the address, our disciples can give you a Michael address. And ask him whether what I told you is the truth, whether I really side for my disciples and want to help them alone. Never. Because I know my disciples have enough. They have inside. That's more important than outside. Only because of other refugees, they don't have the inside. And they ask for the outside help. I have to help from outside. If they're all my disciples, I send them back to Vietnam right away. I say, go back there. No problem. Everywhere you go, you are protected. Yeah, because they can't jail their souls. Huh? They can't take away their wisdom. What's to worry about? They can't forbid our contact because we're inside. We connected inside. So in Vietnam, when my disciples or non-disciples pray for the master to help, they see me appear in there. My mother sees me every day. How can they cut away the relationship between the disciple and the master? No problem. So I have no worry for my disciples. Not 1 inch. Yeah. Besides, the disciples are very strong in their faith. You see, I tell you one story like this. Very, sometimes a little bit stubborn, but they're too strong in their faith. In the camp, there are some Vietnamese disciples. Yeah, sure, there are some in there. And sometimes the other people look at them as my disciples, because they're very quiet and behaving themselves well. So they have a very good reputation in the camp. So the camp people let them be much freer. They can cook for themselves because they eat vegan food and they can meditate, they can do retreat, anything they want in the camp. So some of the people say, oh, well, you are the master disciple, people trust you. Why don't you go up to the UN and tell them that you are the disciples, and then if you go back home, you will be harassed and make trouble because religion is not free in Vietnam. And if you say so, maybe we can help you also, because some of people also have power. And the disciples just sit there and say, no, whatever will come to me, it will come. I just want to show you how secure they feel inside. When everybody wants to fight and talk, just to go outside, just to be free, to be in a third country, they just don't care. And they know that when they come to Vietnam, they become harassed also. But they say, whatever happens will happen. Like that. So I have no worry about them, really. What I worry about the other people who have no inner faith, who have no security inside, nowhere to turn to. Because even if they belong to Buddhism or they belong to Christianity, they still don't feel secure enough. So they worry and they die and they commit suicide and things like that. These are the people I'm worried about. I want to save their lives, not my disciples. If even my disciple die, I don't worry. Because they will go to heaven. Yes, I know where they will go. And they know where they will go. We'll be together, no problem. Our disciples are not a source of worry for me. No more questions? Who? The Vietnamese? You? Yeah? Please. Yes. Wait. Quickly. Pass. Pass it. It's quicker.
Master, I want to ask one question.
Please.
Not as your disciple, but as a religious study major student.
What? You are what?
Religious study major student.
You mean, are they a religious study student?
No, I specialize religion in college.
Oh, you are?
So a lot of professors who study in Sang tradition for a long time have a lot of curious about the Master CHINGHAI. And one of my very close professor told me that you was initiated by Master Turker Singh, and I wonder whether it's true or not. Or some other our disciples said Master was initiated by Gudaji. And
Gudaji, yes. But I also went to India and know many masters. That is true. I know him also.
Okay, maybe that's why, because he said, his friends saw you.
I know many other masters.
Okay.
Yes, and I can be all of their disciples. Many people taught me many things. Different people teach me different things.
So your lineage is Gudaji instead of Turkish.
It's the same, really.
I know,
because
yeah.
Master Takachi also teaches the same Guanyin method. And Kirpan Singh Ji, and Charan Singh Ji, and other Ji also.
Thank you.
Many Jis, yeah. Yes, I have been there. I know.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And if you wish to understand, then you can study with them and learn to know their...
Yeah, I want to specialize that tradition as my major.
Yes. There is, of course, a little difference. You know what I mean? A little difference between each master, and each tradition. Even though it's the same method. If you want to see the difference, you're welcome or allowed to go and find out. Okay? Don't ask me to specify which master is good, which is not good, and what is the difference. This is not my way. Okay? You find out. Yes. I have a lot of respect for the master, Taka Singh, and other masters as well. All right? Very much respect. Okay?
Supreme Master CHINGHAI, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Let's none contend with another, and let no soul slay another. The Gita be actus behind faith.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master CHINGHAI shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
O glorious, the three reunited most powerful God, Chimkochu and the Son of God, may every seeking heart now find its way and walk forever in your radiant light.